Beek linked to a move away from Manchester United on loan. Crystal Palace, one of the clubs that he's been cited maybe could move to. Of course, a lot of talk about the fact that he's just done nothing. He hasn't really been given the chance to do anything for Manchester United. Gab, what's the latest on this?
Well, I think it's pretty evident that if the right club comes along, United are happy to let him go on loan, but not a loan with the option to make the loan permanent, because apparently they want the new manager, whoever it is who takes over from Rangnick, to evaluate all the players that they have, including guys like Van de Beek and Anthony Martial, and be able to bring them back. There was interest from Palace. There's interest as well from Valencia. It's been reported. This guy wants to get on the pitch. There's no obvious position for him right now. He's not really in Rangnick's plans. So I think it just makes sense for him to get a bit of a shop window.
It's an incredible story, really. This guy who obviously came over with a big reputation, a lot of excitement around him. And he just doesn't seem to have been given a chance, not only by Rangnick, but either Solskjaer as well.
But it's not the first. You know, even from Holland coming into Man United, I think to Memphis Depay, who definitely played more than Van de Beek, but we didn't see the talent levels that we saw from him in Holland. Then he goes to France, he resurrects his career. Obviously, he's at a troubled Barcelona at the moment, so that may not turn out to be a great move on the pitch. But yeah, Van de Beek's a much better player than I think what we've seen. But clearly, a bit like Anthony Martial. The guy just needs to play, and he's surplus to requirements at Manchester United, obviously. And he needs to try and, as Gab said, get minutes on the pitch. So it makes sense to try and get him out. Where he's going to end up remains to be seen.
Stevie?
I would love to know what's going through Van de Beek's head. You know, all the things that we're talking about. You know, Jan brought it up a couple of weeks ago. You know, it's not just one manager that hasn't played Van de Beek. I think it's what, 3? And then you look at him, and then Craig's talking about Martial there as well. Well, he's as far as his personality, he couldn't be further away from Martial. You know, for a guy that never gets a game and is lucky to get 5 minutes at the end of a game, he always seems to have a good attitude and have a smile on his face. And so it really doesn't make any sense when you think and saw what he did at Ajax and then coming to United. I mean, I can't even remember him doing it. I can't even remember him touching the ball hardly. So I don't know what's going through this guy's head, but it has to be, get me out of here as fast as you can. Has to be.
Go on, Gab.
No, I don't know if it's what goes through Van de Beek's head or what went through United's head when they signed him, because if you look at the position he played at Ajax, that's not, when we've seen him, that's not the position he's played for Manchester United. So, you know, you wonder, they have the scouts, technical departments, or reports that Solskjaer never really wanted him. Fine, guys, talk to each other. If we bring this guy in, you know, the position he played at Ajax was in midfield, in a 3, sometimes a little further forward. That's where Bruno Fernandes is. If you don't trust him to play in your central midfield group, because you've got McTominay and Fred and sometimes Pogba, then don't sign him. Sign somebody else. Sign somebody who's going to get on the pitch.
But that's the other head scratcher, as Gab said, because he can play he can play a bit of both, but he can play a little deeper in midfield, pick the ball up, start attacks, tidy on the ball, good talent. But it's not the most difficult. It's not like trying to get in the City midfield. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
You know, McTominay's been strong. McTominay's been strong recently. Fred's been okay, hitting and miss. Pogba's been out injured. It is a weak point of the Man United side, and yet here's a guy who operated pretty well for Ajax in that position, and yet he's still not been able to really get any game time of any note. It's a head scratcher, because that is an Achilles heel of the United team, that central midfield.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.